If you turn on your PC and all you get is a black screen, no display, there is how you can figure out what's the problem by yourself, like a big boy or big girl or big user specified. Maybe it failed to post. Post is power on self-test. It means that when you power it on, it tests itself. There's a few ways you can tell that it's doing this. Look at what happens when I turn on my computer. You see all those LEDs cycling. These are called the Q LEDs for Asus, and for MSI Gigabyte they give them other names. There is 4 LEDs, each one of them for one component your motherboard is going to check when you turn on your PC. One for CPU, one for the RAM, one for boot, SSD, HDD, anything to boot from, and one for VGA, graphics card, literally anything to display something. But how are these LEDs helpful? Well, each one of them turns on and off. If the CPU LED turns on and then turns off, it means the motherboard asks the CPU, are you here? And the CPU is like, I'm here. But if one LED turns on and stays on, for example, the DRAM LED, it means the motherboard asks your RAM, are you here? And your RAM was like, What is wrong with you? You can find these LEDs next to the 24-pin power connector, or sometimes, for example, on Gigabyte motherboards, they are on the bottom right of the board. Asus were the first ones to color code them, so each one is a different color. Boot is green, CPU is red, DRAM is orange. I think Gigabyte, MSI and others started also color coding them, but I'm not sure. I will be surprised if they are not color coding them by now. It's also better if you have the Q code. That code tells you what's the problem in a more precise way. But motherboard manufacturers decided that's only a feature on $400 plus motherboard, so yeah, fuck them. We can't have nice things. So these LEDs don't tell you what's the problem in a very precise way, but at least they tell you what component to look at first. For example, your RAM, if the RAM LED stays on. And then there is a few things you can start doing to troubleshoot. However, my break just started, so this is the end of this video.